Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Michael Boone, Public Information Officer for the Ogden Police Department. I'd like to welcome you to our report to the community on crime for 2018. The Mayor of Ogden, the Honorable Michael Caldwell, will address you first, followed by Chief Randy Watt. Mayor Caldwell.
Thanks, John. If we could all come up and kind of balance this out a little bit. Got one more council member coming up. Welcome everybody, and thank you for being here today. We are here to announce and celebrate a historical achievement in Ogden City. Last year, Ogden realized the largest single-year drop in Part 1 crime since we started keeping records. Last year, Ogden City realized a 19.7% reduction in Part 1 crime, which is the largest single drop in our history. I'm very proud of what this great team of men and women have done and been able to accomplish, and I want to thank them all for their hard work and dedication. We have a long list of agencies and people that have been part of this I want to say thank you to, but first and foremost I want to thank each and every one of those willing to pin on a badge and take a watch. The sacrifices they make in the protection of our community, and on behalf of the 90,000 people that call Ogden home, you have all of our appreciation, our gratitude, and our thank you. Our families, neighborhoods, schools, and businesses are all safer and healthier because of their efforts. I'll have Chief Watt give some details on how they've been able to accomplish this amazing achievement, but I want to give a special moment, take a special moment to give thanks to those that are here today. We have 3 members of our Ogden City Council and Chairman Ben Nadolski. They've been extremely supportive of the investments that we've made into our police department. We have Weaver County Sheriff Ryan Arbon, Utah Commissioner of Public Safety Jess Sanderson, Utah Highway Patrol Colonel Mike Rapich, United States Attorney John Huber, United States Marshal Matt Harris, FBI Agent in Charge Paul Hartel, and Special Agent in Charge Daniel Brady. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Special Agent, Drug Enforcement Resident Agent in Charge Brian Besser, Department of Corrections Deputy Director James Hudspeth, Adult Probation and Parole Northern Utah Director Ken Kennington, Weaver Dispatch Executive Director Tina Matthew. Thank you all for everything you've done to make this happen. This is an amazing team. We're all proud to work with you and call you teammates. Appreciate you being here today. Chief Watt.
Thank you for joining us today. After a dismal year in 2016, having suffered a double-digit increase in Part 1 crime, which are those major index crimes tracked by the FBI in their annual crime report, and including a 41% increase in violent crime, the incoming Ogden Police leadership team knew that something different had to be done. This upward trend could not be allowed to continue, especially given the national and state downward trends. In January of 2017, the department launched an in-depth and exhaustive review of our operations and our crime history, as well as doing research into cities outside Utah where significant success in policing had reduced crime. As a result of this 9-month review, the department produced its first ever written strategic plan based on the operational concept of intelligence-led policing. The plan was then submitted to the city administration for approval and the Ogden City Council for support. Once approval and concurrence were gained, the plan was implemented and the department was reorganized to align the bureaus and divisions with the mission, goals, and objectives to be accomplished. Our success is evident in this historic result, but we know we can't claim complete success alone. In fact, we really can't say how much success is actually ours and how much is due to our partners and to the changes in conditions in our greater society. We know that the strengthening of our national economy and the historic low unemployment rates as a result of the efforts of the national administration have an effect on reducing crime, particularly the property crimes related to in the Uniform Crime Report. We know that our local, state, and federal partners who have directly supported our efforts and provided extensive resources have played a direct role in our success. We have the finest relationship with our city leaders any chief of police could ask for. We have a mayor who leads by example, provides the critical guidance a chief needs in order to plan, and then allows us the freedom to make it work. I hope the citizens of Ogden continue to recognize what an incredible mayor they have. We have a city council that has taken great risk to support us. They've gone out on a political limb for 3 years in a row, raising taxes to ensure critical resources were available. I hope the citizens of Ogden and the council districts recognize how effective the efforts of our fine city council members have been. Primarily, our success is due to the officers of our police department who have caught the vision and who will go out every day displaying courage and commitment in accomplishing our objectives. It's due to squad and unit sergeants along with bureau lieutenants who daily continue to lead, guide, and inspire our officers while holding them accountable for accomplishing the critical results. It's due to the division commanders who pay attention to detail and track critical data, and so they know exactly where we are at any given minute. It's due to a deputy chief who ensures we have all the resources required pointed at the right places at the right times while staying within the constraints of the budget. It's due to an incredible team of analysts in our Area Tactical Analysis Center, commonly referred to as the Real-Time Crime Center, who are crunching numbers and doing critical intelligence analysis and production necessary to the pointing of those resources. The ATAC's success has been so incredible, they are considered a national model and are currently being studied by numerous agencies as well as the Department of Justice. And it's due to our partners. The Weber Dispatch Center, which bears the brunt of our increased efforts. From the Weber County Sheriff's Office to the Utah Department of Public Safety and Utah Highway Patrol, to the Department of Corrections and Adult Probation and Parole, to the numerous federal agencies here today. Each of our partners works directly with us in a coordinated effort to attack crime in our community, and we are extremely grateful for their commitment. A primary resource to our efforts is Project Safe Neighborhoods, a joint local and federal effort brought to us by the United States Attorney's Office and kicked off in April of 2018. I'd like to turn the podium over now to the United States Attorney for the District of Utah, the Honorable John Huber.
Thank you, Chief. So I am very pleased to see the response this morning by our media friends. This announcement today cannot be understated. This is a huge accomplishment that we hope that the public can appreciate through your work. I compliment Mayor Caldwell and Chief Watt for thoughtful and visionary leadership. There are some who believe that crime is like the tide, that it ebbs and flows according to the dictates of the moon. That is wrong. We can plant a flag down and set a goal to turn back violent crime and achieve success. And that's what we are reporting together today. Utah statewide, not just Ogden or Weber County, Utah statewide suffered double-digit increases year after year in 15 and 16. That is not the Utah we know. That is not the Utah we want to live in. We should not tolerate crime increases, violent crime increases, as though it were a tide that we could do nothing about. So through leadership here locally in Ogden City, and compliments to the city council members as well, they set out a plan and then sought partners to effectuate their plan. So a year ago, less than a year ago, in April of last year, I designated this federal area a target enforcement area. So with my authority, I designated this as a special area to place federal resources. Today I'm accompanied by my partners, United States Marshal, and leadership from the FBI to show our support for what Ogden City is doing in a very small geographical area where historically crime has been a problem. We have come up with a plan to attack that problem, and great success. You heard the chief report on 19% decrease after double-digit increases, a 19% increase. That is a very promising start to our plan and our strategy. Since April last year, the police and their partners here in Ogden City have seized 56 firearms from outlaws, people who have no business possessing such weapons. 56 firearms, the vast majority, 49 of those are handguns, out of the hands of people that, together with the gun, is a recipe for a tragedy or a disaster to happen. That didn't happen because of the work of Ogden City. That same period of time since April sees in this very small geographical area about 55 pounds of very dangerous drugs, the vast majority being methamphetamine. It's hard to prove a negative, but I'm confident in saying that the seizure of those drugs saved lives. And I'm also very confident in telling you that all those drugs came across the border from Mexico into this beautiful community of Ogden, Utah. We should never tolerate such a dynamic. How can that be? That such poison is sent for profit to exploit our addictions in our beautiful communities. So this work will continue, and we have a long-term commitment to partnering with Ogden City and Weber County to solve some of these historical problems. We are confident that staking a flag in the ground and declaring we will turn back violent crime rates, we will succeed, as our early indicators suggest we will. Ogden is a beautiful community, and leaders like Mayor Caldwell and Chief Watt will help ensure that the future of Ogden City is what it should be, a beautiful, quaint Utah community. And they have my commitment and the commitment of my federal partners to engage in this project and ensure success, that offenders are held accountable, that we can turn back the drug trafficking dynamics from across the southwest border, and that we can also work on addressing the demand side of that problem, which unless we do something about, we're going to continue to have to do these enforcement actions. All right, thank you.
Thank you, John. Most of you know I brought to this job an extensive Army Special Forces background. We have a saying in Special Forces: you're only as good as your last operation. It's our goal to continue the momentum, to not have the results of 2018's efforts be a one-off event. The Ogden Police Department is committed to continued success in fighting for the members of our community and the greater Weber County area against crime. We have a handout on our crime numbers available to you immediately following this conference. Please see Lieutenant Boone in order to get a copy. Thank you, and we'll be happy to entertain any questions that you might have.